Hello and welcome to the Nexus. We're carrying on with issue 15. We're doing stages 57 and 58 in this one. So basically we're now going to start working on the underside of the saucer section as we've completed it now in the previous two, the top side anyway. So let's carry on. Okay, so the first two bits we got. So this is 57. We've got the last of our PCB boards, the circuit boards for our saucer section. It has 3. We also get our first frame, and in 58 we get the other frame. We've got some wires to put in and some stuff to put in on our warp nacelle as well. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take 57. So let me put 58 there for a minute. So I'm going to cut this bag open and we're going to start building stuff onto here. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to move the camera slightly over just so we can see what we're doing here, so I don't have to move the saucer section at all. Okay, so we get a spring in this little section just here. So we'll put the spring on that, and then we're going to stick that in to there, just like that. So that sort of sits in, just like that. And we're going to put our cap over the top, like that. And we're going to use AM screws to secure that in. And then we put the other one, because we've got 2 on this one, but the other one is in the other stage, which we'll do that part there. So that goes in. This is the sort of spring mechanism for locking this on to the engineering hull, I think. So just there, should spring back, and it does. I don't know if you can see that, but it definitely springs back. So now we just need to put that aside. We need to make big again, come round. Okay, so we've done that. So the next thing we've got to do is installing our PCB boards. So the first thing we need to do is flip this up. So we're like this. Then what we need to do is we get this wire here. So firstly, this wire here now goes into this far one, as far as we can get it. So this goes in, and this goes in here, like so. So we're bridging them. Then what we've got to do is we're going to put this wire into this section just here, like that. So into there, and then we're going to take this out carefully, and it looks like that. And we're going to put this just here. We're going to secure it down. There is some holes here, so we are going to secure this down with FM screws. So I'm going to go ahead using the FM screws we've got here, so it will fit in there. Don't worry, it will fit. The first thing we need to do is just push it down. There's a lot of wires here. Actually, I'm going to try and see if I can tidy this up. I've got some cable ties, so let's tidy a lot of this up. So the first thing, just like that. And we'll push this down, which will expose that for just a second. And we can tidy up a lot of this. Let me move that wire out from there. Okay, there's the first. Screw down. Making sure we don't trap any wires under it. There's the next one. Like so. All 4 screws need to go down. Not too over tight on these. Now that one there's got a few wires there, so let's move some of these wires out the way. Okay, so we're going to take this wire here and it's going to go into that far corner according to the diagram. Like that. Okay, so we've got the on-off switch as well now. So that's the next thing to go in, and that will go into this second one just here. Like that. And we now get to put this permanent, but before we actually do that, we have got some of these wires to put in. So, okay. So all these wires here go along the top. Got one here, one here. I don't think there's any other ones. We've got this one here that's going to go in there. And we will find out in a minute if that's the only one. I think that is. Oh no, that one as well. Just double checking everything. Okay, so it looks okay. Okay, so we now have the battery box. So the battery box goes in permanently now to this one just here. And we have light. So we can now just leave that there and everything comes on. So I'm happy because everything's on. Now I'm just trying to see if there is any lights that are not on. And then I'll turn off all the lights and I'll show you everything. It's now going to have to precariously sit like this, I think, until other stuff turn up. So what I'm going to do is turn it off. I'll put the switch here. Once again, I still don't really understand where this light one goes, and I've got one here as well. I've got 2 lights. We will find out, obviously, in due course where they go. I haven't got a clue, but they must go somewhere, and everything else seems to be lit. Okay, so what I'm going to do is flip it very slowly. Yeah, I can already see where there's not, something's not lit. Okay. It's this one here, I don't know. Hey, there we go. It's on. Okay, so that's that one done. So if I flip it, okay. So as of right now, you can't see too much, but I'm going to put the everything comes on. So I'm just going to turn the lights off here. Hang on a sec. I can make it really dark. There we go. I am still here. So there we go. It's lit. And all the lights are on. There's a few sections just here. I'll have to double check because they've not come on. It's only, I think there's a couple of lights just here. Let me have a look. Nope. They've all blacked out. I can't really, do you know what? That looks so good. And I'm glad now all the lights work. Never really understood why there was one light here, but not here. And I am building it stock, so, and I'm just in awe. Look at that. This thing's going to be absolutely beautiful when it's lit up. In awe. Right, okay. And once again, yeah, okay. Right, back on the lights. Here we go. Okay. So we now need to sort of keep everything together. Like I said, I've got two lights here. No idea where they go, but everything's lit up. You can see everything is lit up. Nothing is not. Okay, that's all lit up. Right, so the only thing to do is now is to tidy up some of these wires. So sort of just putting some cable ties around them. I can do that off camera. That doesn't take too long. Oh, this first bit's taking a bit of time, isn't it? Okay, so we've now got the first of our inner sections. So this is going to sit just, now we've got to make sure that all these wires, especially like this one, the on off switch isn't caught up with all of this. So this is going to sit sort of here like that, and we're going to use BM screws to secure that in, so I'm going to do that now. Okay, so we have the frame, our first frame, in place, making sure none of the wires are snagged. It's all in place. We put BM screws along the top here, and along this front section we put FM screws, and that finishes issue 57. So we're going to start 58 now, so let's grab the parts. Okay, so we have all these wires that have got to go in. These are our nav lights, so these are the ones that flash at the front and at the sides and at the back. Once again, we get another one of these spring sort of devices for the warp nacelle. So once again, it's going to go in like so. Put the cap over the top using AM screws. We've also got a frame as well. There we go. So let's just oh. So there's the first one down, and the second one. Okay, so that is in, like so, just like that. So we now have 2 of them in place. Okay, so the next thing we have to do is we're going to have to put these nav lights in. So the first one, we've got 2 long ones, which are these 2, and they are going to run to the back of the ship here. So the first one we're going to put in. Now it would be good if we could turn this on, so I'm going to turn it on. I've got to find the switch. It's here somewhere. There it is. Okay, so this will be a good way of identifying where we got to go. So I think this one goes in here. And it should flash, which it does. Okay, so basically this has now got to go all the way along here. So I'm just going to pass it round actually. So it goes round here, all the way through this section, up through this section, all the way to the back here, like that. Then we've got the other long one, which is this one. Has a smaller connector on this one. So this one is going to sit on the thing next to it. So once again, we've got to just plug this in. Once again, flashes. Once again, we've just got to pass it through now this section here. All the way through towards the back. So these are for basically here, they go on this little section just here, which will then light up our little nav lights that we got previously. So they're going to sit like that. Okay, so we've now got, okay, so the next one is any one of these ones will do, as they say. So one should go in here, flashing. That is going to sit here. Well, it will go there. And then the next one will go the opposite side and will sit into that next one, just here. There we go. That's going to sit this side. And then we should have one more, which is this one here. So this one here, I'm just double checking where this one goes. Yeah, that one goes out there. One over there. Onto there. Now, it doesn't. Ah, there we go. Ah, okay, so I should have done this one first. This one goes into this slot just here. There's an empty slot just there. And then this one is for the front. So, it is now. I'm going to turn this round actually, just so we know. So I can get a better look to it. Let me grab my tweezers, which are here. This will help push it in. There we go. And it's not flashing. Okay. Should it flash? Okay, hang on. It's just a read through. Yep, that is perfectly fine. It should stay on. It shouldn't flicker. It's only the side ones. So we now need to pass this through. And basically this goes right out through this gap here. So there's a gap right at the front here. So if I'm just going to pull this through like so, obviously like that, and then that will sit sort of just here. There's a little hole there, so I'm just going to poke it like that. So we should have a flashing ones either side, which we've got one there and one there, and the two back ones are flashing. Perfect. The front one is lit, as you can see. Perfect. Okay, so the only other thing to do now is to consult the Bible bit. Yep. So the only thing now is to fit this section here. So once again, this is going to go on like that. I'm going to sort all the wires out, put this in with FM screws along the front 4 holes and BM screws along the rest. I'm going to do that now. And there we go. Now I've got to turn off the switch for a minute. And just show you what we've done. So there we go. So we've stuck all of the nav lights in. We've now stuck the 2 bottom frames. So we're now starting to build up our Enterprise. And we've now done that as well. I don't think we're far now away from basically screwing this together. I think in the next issue we do that. But it's done. So I'm going to flip it over gently, making sure that I'm not trapping anything. And now I don't know where the switch is for it. There it is. Okay. And as you can see, everything works. I'm super happy. So we've got all these, got that front one going. So yeah, really happy now. But that's it. That's the end of issue 15. That brings us to the end of issue 15. All that's left for me to say, thank you so much for listening and watching. I appreciate it. Make sure you give the video a thumbs up and a comment if you feel you need to comment. That'd be brilliant. And that is it. So thank you for watching. And as always, we'll see you at the next video. But until then, we'll see you later.